Can a movie be a hero? If said movie has an amazing cast, beautiful costumes, captivating cinematography, yes, a movie can be a hero. This particular movie had people buying out movie theaters, flooding online social media sites, and wearing their own special outfits. This movie we're getting ready to talk about next changed how we received our stories and made us all feel like heroes.
Yeah, TV talk with the sisters. Oh, TV talk. TV talk with the sisters. TV talk with the sisters. What they have to say. What they have to say. TV talk with the sisters. TV talk with the sisters.
Welcome to TV Talk with the Sisters. I'm Karen,
And I'm Gina.
and we are here to talk TV. In this episode, we're going to talk about the movie Black Panther. It is it's one of the Marvel family of films distributed by Disney. This movie made $1.3 billion in the box office.
Wow.
Black
Wow.
movies do sell, y'all. It does. And it was nice to have a brown superhero and for him to have his own movie. He wasn't just like a part of somebody else's movie. He wasn't just a part of somebody else's team. He wasn't just working in somebody else's world. It was a story about brown people. Baby, it
He,
was fire.
he was a main character. He had main character energy. And I didn't know this. He's been around for a while. According to our brother who reads comic books, the Black Panther has been a part of this Marvel world for several years.
That is so cool. But somehow they just made this story. I mean, the Black Panther, I mean, he came to be in the Marvel universe with all the other heroes, fighting to help defeat the world, to save the world. And but then they gave him his own story. 2018, 2
Yep.
hours and 14 minutes of movie magic. 2 hours and 14 minutes of movie magic.
Yeah, it was good. And beautiful black and brown skin in the costumes, fighting evil, flying, fighting, just being excellent. And we all absolutely loved it. And it's not to say we don't love Superman or Batman or Spider-Man, but to have a superhero that looks like you, and it just made you feel like, yes, I can be a superhero also.
And the thing that just gets me about this movie was the fact that I remember organizations and groups would buy out whole movie theaters to take kids to see it. It's like they needed to see it. It was just like, wow.
They did.
That 1.3 billion, that's why you
Yep,
have folks
they
saying,
did.
we gonna celebrate this.
Yes, I loved it. I loved it. And I love the way that they kind of wove in the African traditions and ancestry. So it was like he was a black hero. He had these African roots, and he had this whole world that he came from where the black women were also strong and beautiful
And
and able
leaders.
to, yes, and able to fight. And it was just like, it was a listen, it was a celebration, and it wasn't even Black History Month. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It was. It was. And so, of course, let's give you the basics. Of course, it was the Black Panther. And of course, the Black Panther was Chadwick Boseman. And the person who came in, who just maybe that Michael B. Jordan. And as hard as he was, it was I had a hard time not liking Michael B. Jordan.
Because he was the villain. Michael B. Jordan was the villain. Chadwick Boseman was the Black Panther.
Yes. And so I had a hard time hating Michael B. Jordan because he was just fine.
He was, and he was very, very funny
He
also. But
was.
he had to go. He
Yeah.
had to go.
Yes.
He was a threat to Wakanda. He had to go.
And the story was directed by Ryan Coogler, who, again, as I say, stories that are told by us and seen in our view are usually things that we relate to really well. And I'm telling you, I think $1.3 billion tells you, you know what? We saw it. He saw us, and we saw him back.
Yes, yes.
And so I love the other concept that came from this movie that I think that people fell in love with was that idea of Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda became this sort of like euphoric place that black people could go. There is a place where we can go where there is none of the other things that we have to deal with in society.
Yeah.
We have
Oh
little
yeah.
problems here and there, but the major overall oppressive things that we had have to deal with were not there. And it just
Yeah.
became the place that it was like, oh, we're going to Wakanda, or we're going to have our own Wakanda, or
Yeah.
it just became this thing
Yeah.
because it became the magic place or the magic land.
Yes, Wakanda represented a safe space for us, a creative space, a space to live and to flourish. And there were threats to that, so they had to defend it. And I think that's also what I related to, and probably a bunch of people related to, was seeing that place like, oh, a place where you can just exhale.
Yes.
That's what Wakanda was.
And I think the thing that was really amazing about it is because it gave us something physical to look at to say, you know what? This is possible. We've
Yes.
created it here for you. This is what it could look like. And so
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought that was really neat. And I think that was one of the things that stuck because I'm always giggling with, when I see stuff, especially on social media, and people will refer to Wakanda.
Yeah.
And knowing that this is what they refer to when they're talking Wakanda is that place where there's very
Yes.
little oppression
It
and
it
so
was. It was. And the plot was a good. I thought the story was good also. It was just like every other superhero kind of good versus evil story that you
hmm
get into, and you want to, you love the action. I loved all the action parts, and
yes,
the
the special
flying,
effects.
this and that. Oh,
Yeah.
special effects. So good.
Yes, yes, bunch of jumping and I mean crazy stuff, flying through the air and
Yes.
just the world of Wakanda all by itself was a special effect thing that is just phenomenal. But this world was not just brown people. There were other people in it. And again, and I was laughing with Regina. I said, now, you know how like when there was a movie with black people, there was always Bradley Cooper. You always had a Bradley Cooper, or Bradley Cooper was always a character. Well, there's another
Yeah.
guy who's taking over that role, and it's like, wait, he's here. He's in this movie again. And so the lone white person in this movie was Martin Freeman.
Love Martin.
I love Martin Freeman. My favorite Martin Freeman role was when he was Watson in Sherlock.
Oh man,
I still need
Sherlock.
Martin to I need them to go back and do another season.
Man, Sherlock. Oh my goodness. So good. Martin is just beyond in that. But he's good in this. He
He
is
is. He is.
very good in this.
But yes, having Martin there, and I mean he is, some of the comic relief, but he also helps, move this story along. And I just love one, their choice in him as an actor, the choices
Yeah.
he made as an actor. And
Yes.
I like his character. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, you know what? Martin can come to the picnic. He is
Yes.
invited to the picnic.
The cookout too. You can come to
Yep.
the cookout too.
You can come to the cookout. Well, I know. I made it a picnic. Well,
Yeah,
because
you made it a picnic.
it was Martin, and that's what he's gonna call it. He's gonna call it. Oh, I can come to the picnic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is gonna call it a picnic, but he can come
he
because
can come.
he was very good in this movie. I also liked how they kind of started creating the next generation in this movie. You know, in those
Yes,
hero movies, they always, gotta get people ready for when they're not there. And that's what they did. And I just loved how they did that also. That's why I say Wakanda's that place where you can just exhale because it's good stuff coming out of there.
I agree. I agree. And again, I love how they soaked the African languages in it, and so it was not just all English and all. They really soaked. I think they tried to soak some tradition and culture in it. I mean, I'm not African, so I don't know how well they did it. But I thought that was interesting and it made me feel like, yes. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think Black Panther is one of those movies that you need to see. Everybody needs to see this. I mean, just watching it creates this feeling, especially, I mean, all the actors that are in there. I mean, I only mentioned Chadwick and Michael, but I mean, you got Angela Bassett,
Yes.
Forrest Whitaker. I mean,
Yes.
it's like, wow, you've got
Yes.
amazing actors in there that just do great jobs and they create fun characters.
Yeah, and that fine Winston Duke, my God.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yes, he's good. And you know that I like how you were saying how they created this world where they were bringing in all the different African languages. They also had different tribes
Yes.
in it was like a council of chiefs and they came from different tribes and that just gives you such a wonderful picture of Africa, how diverse it is. You know, Africa is a continent, and
Right.
within that continent, there's so much diversity. And I think Black Panther tried to show that by saying Wakanda is one place, but there's also places around Wakanda that are diverse, that has brown people also. And I love that part about it too. And the costumes were just amazing.
Yes, yes, they were very majestic, and but like I say, the colors, the whole thing, it gave you. It was a movie for all of those things. It gave your eyes and the things you heard, and I mean, you got all of the feel for everything of it. And then and again, going back to what you said about the different tribes, it shows you the folks from the mountains and from the grasslands and the people from the
Yes.
water, and so you got the you would get the idea that again, like, not everything is alike, that
Yeah.
we are all, even though our skin might be brown, we all do different things and we come from different places. And
Yeah.
so I
That
love
diversity.
that, and so I think this is definitely one of the movies that needs to be on your list. It's something you need to share. This is something y'all could do. Y'all could, well, man, you can have, if you had a big screen at the cookout, this is one
Yes.
of the ones you needed to show.
Yes. Yes. This is definitely one of those iconic Black movies that's going to go down in history for generations of people, old and young, are going to watch Black Panther because it is such a soul affirming,
Yes.
uplifting movie.
I love that, soul affirming. That's
It
right.
is. It
It
is.
is, because we all, it shows that there's struggles within us. It shows that even when we are all together, it ain't just kumbaya, that there's going to be
That's
some
true.
struggles, but we can get through it together and still keep that soul peace that comes together when we work together. And so
That's right.
I love that. I love that aspect of it, and that's what I love about the story. But like I said, $1.3 billion, highest box office to date. The Black Panther. Remember that.
That's
Remember that.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Truly amazing.
Well, y'all, we want to thank you for listening to our podcast. And if you'd like to check us out on social media, you can. And I just want to say bye.
I'm just gonna assume that you're all in on this because you jumped straight to the end.
Girl, yeah, I was all in when we started.
Okay. I just wanted to check because you jumped
Yes,
straight to the end, but
I'm
she is
all in on this
okay.
one. Totally.
Okay. Well, of course, I am all in too. And I also thank you for listening to our podcast. Listen to our other episodes, any place that you listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Audible, whatever you use. We are very grateful for you guys listening to us. Bye.
Bye.
TV Talk is produced by Karen J. Anderson, music by Karen's friend Dave, and Regina Anderson just shows up to talk.
Talk with the sisters.